Benson Boone, the rising star who captivated audiences on American Idol, shocked fans when he suddenly withdrew from the competition. Known for his powerful voice, heartfelt performances, and undeniable stage presence, Benson seemed poised for stardom. Judges even predicted he could go all the way, yet just as he reached the top 24, he made the unexpected decision to step away. Fans were left asking, why would someone with such talent leave one of the biggest platforms in the world? The answer lies deeper than the spotlight of American Idol. Benson Boone wanted more than just fame. He wanted to establish himself as an authentic artist on his own terms. He didn't want to be labeled as the American Idol kid. He wanted to be recognized for his songwriting, his voice, and the emotional honesty he brings to every performance. Supported by his family, even if initially confused by his decision, Benson took the bold step to leave the show and pursue a career built on authenticity rather than instant television fame. Since leaving American Idol, Benson's career has flourished in ways few could have predicted. Signing with Night Street Records in partnership with Warner Records, he released his debut single, Ghost Town, which charted internationally and introduced the world to his unique style. His debut album, Fireworks and Rollerblades, followed in 2024, and in 2025, his second album, American Heart, showcased a more Americana-influenced sound, solidifying him as an emerging star with a clear artistic vision. Tonight, we dive into the real story behind Benson Boone's departure from American Idol, exploring why he left, how it shaped his career, and how a young singer transformed a surprising decision into global success. Benson Boone was born in the Pacific Northwest, growing up in a family that nurtured both creativity and individuality. From a very young age, it was clear that he had a natural gift for music. Singing came effortlessly, and he often found himself drawn to melodies and rhythms that reflected his emotional world. His parents encouraged his passion, enrolling him in music lessons and supporting his early experiments with songwriting. For Benson, music wasn't just a hobby, it was a way to express the thoughts, feelings, and experiences that he struggled to articulate in any other form. As a teenager, Benson began exploring social media platforms to share his talent with a wider audience. Cover videos, piano performances, and original songs showcased not only his vocal range, but also his ability to convey deep emotion through music. These early videos quickly attracted attention, giving him a growing fan base even before he stepped onto the national stage. For Benson, these experiences were invaluable. They taught him the importance of authenticity, consistency, and connecting with listeners on a personal level. He learned that a song's power lies not just in its melody, but in the honesty behind it. Benson's musical influences ranged from classic rock and country to contemporary pop and alternative artists. He admired performers who wrote their own songs and conveyed raw emotion, including John Mayer, Elton John, and the likes of contemporary singer-songwriters who blended vulnerability with commercial appeal. These influences shaped his early sound, which combined emotional storytelling, strong vocals, and melodic piano arrangements. By the time he considered auditioning for American Idol, Benson had already cultivated a clear vision for the kind of musician he wanted to be. When he auditioned for season 19 of American Idol, it was a pivotal moment in his young career. Benson's audition immediately captured the judges' attention. His performance demonstrated not just technical skill, but an emotional depth that set him apart from other contestants. Katy Perry, known for her candid assessments, praised his voice, stage presence, and authenticity, predicting that he had the potential to win the competition. The national exposure was enormous, propelling Benson into the public eye and offering a platform that many aspiring artists only dream of. Yet, despite the praise and the opportunities that came with the show, Benson felt an internal conflict. Reality TV, while offering fame, also imposes strict constraints on creativity. Contestants often perform songs chosen for them and follow a rigid format that can limit personal expression. For Benson, the thrill of being on a popular show was outweighed by the desire to create music on his own terms. He realized that true artistic fulfillment would not come from following a predefined path, no matter how prestigious. but from building a career grounded in authenticity, emotion, and creative control. The turning point came when the top 24 contestants were announced. This moment, which would be the pinnacle of success for many, became a decision point for Benson. While he had gained recognition, support, and exposure, he chose to step away from the show. In interviews, Benson explained that his decision was fueled by a desire to be recognized not just as an American Idol contestant, but as a songwriter and musician in his own right. He wanted to ensure that his identity as an artist was defined by his music, not by a television label. Benson's family played a crucial role during this period. Initially puzzled by his choice, they soon came to understand his reasoning and fully supported his decision. Their encouragement reinforced his confidence to pursue a career independently, a path that many might have considered risky, but which ultimately became the foundation for his future success. Leaving American Idol was not a rejection of opportunity. It was a bold statement of intent, signaling that Benson Boone would define his own journey in music on his own terms. By the time he exited the show, Benson had already demonstrated a maturity and clarity of purpose rare for someone his age. His early life, shaped by musical exploration, family support, and personal introspection, set the stage for a career that would quickly gain momentum. Of his life illustrates not only his talent but also his courage, the courage to make unconventional choices, to prioritize authenticity over instant fame, and to lay the groundwork for a career that would soon capture global attention. Benson Boone's departure from American Idol was a decision that surprised many fans, judges, and even industry insiders. After months of preparation, auditions, and live performances that showcased his remarkable talent, he chose to step away just before the live shows began. For many, this seemed counterintuitive. Here was a young singer with national recognition, glowing praise from the judges, and a chance to compete on one of the biggest stages in music. Yet for Benson, the choice was not about rejecting opportunity. It was about embracing authenticity and taking control of his own path. In interviews following his withdrawal, Benson explained that the structure of reality television conflicted with his vision as an artist. American Idol provides exposure, yes, but it also imposes limitations on song choice, image, and creative expression. Benson's primary goal was not fame for its own sake, but the ability to write, perform, and release music that reflected his personal voice and story. By leaving the show, he ensured that his career would be defined by his talent and artistry rather than a television label or fleeting moment of fame. While some initially criticized the decision as risky, his family stood firmly behind him. They understood that leaving the competition could be a pivotal moment in establishing his independence as a musician. Their support provided both emotional reassurance and practical guidance, allowing him to focus on building a career grounded in authenticity. Friends and mentors also praised his maturity, noting that few artists, especially at such a young age, would have the courage to prioritize long-term artistry over immediate recognition. Shortly after leaving American Idol, Benson signed with Night Street Records, a label founded by Dan Reynolds of Imagine Dragons in partnership with Warner Records. This move marked the official launch of his solo career. With professional support and a platform for creative control, Benson began working on original music that reflected his vision. His debut single, Ghost Town, was released to immediate acclaim, charting internationally and establishing him as more than just a former reality show contestant. The single highlighted his ability to craft emotionally resonant songs, blending contemporary pop elements with heartfelt lyrics and melodic arrangements. Following the success of Ghost Town, Benson released his debut album, Fireworks and Rollerblades, in 2024. The album showcased a young artist finding his voice, with tracks that explored themes of love, loss, resilience, and personal growth. Critics praised the album for its honesty, cohesion, and emotional depth, noting that Benson's songwriting skills had matured far beyond his years. Fans also embraced the album, seeing in it the realization of the potential glimpsed during his American Idol performances. In 2025, Benson released his second album, American Heart, which demonstrated further growth as an artist. The album incorporated Americana influences, signaling a more nuanced and sophisticated sound. Songs like Beautiful Things captured global attention, reaching #2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and remaining on the adult contemporary chart for 55 weeks. The album cemented Benson's reputation as a serious artist, capable of crafting music that resonates worldwide. Benson Boone's decision to leave American Idol ultimately proved transformative. By prioritizing artistic freedom over immediate fame, he carved a career path that allowed him to grow authentically, connect deeply with fans, and establish a musical identity entirely his own. What many initially viewed as a risk has now become a defining moment, one that demonstrates his vision, talent, and unwavering commitment to creating music on his own terms. In Benson's life shows that true success is not always about following the expected path. Sometimes it is about taking bold risks, trusting your instincts, and forging a journey that aligns with your values and artistic vision. For Benson Boone, leaving American Idol was not the end of a dream. It was the beginning of a remarkable career that continues to flourish. Benson Boone's departure from American Idol created an immediate ripple effect across social media, music forums, and entertainment news outlets. Fans, shocked by the unexpected withdrawal, flooded platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok with reactions ranging from concern to admiration. Many expressed disappointment that they would no longer see him compete on the show, while others quickly recognized the courage it took to step away in order to protect his creative freedom. The widespread conversation highlighted not only his popularity, but also the strong connection he had already built with audiences through his performances. Fans shared personal stories of how Benson's performances had touched them. Clips of him singing covers or his original songs went viral, with viewers commenting on the emotional depth and vulnerability in his voice. Many praised his decision to prioritize authenticity over television fame, calling it a bold and inspiring move. The sentiment was clear. Benson's artistry mattered more than the structure of a competition, and leaving American Idol allowed him to define himself on his own terms. Hashtags celebrating his decision and new music began trending, reflecting a loyal fan base that would follow him regardless of the platform. Industry professionals also took notice. Fellow musicians, producers, and label executives commented on his choice, noting that stepping away from a high-profile reality show can be risky, yet it can also demonstrate a strong sense of vision and maturity. Dan Reynolds, founder of Night Street Records, quickly recognized Benson's potential and provided a platform for him to flourish independently. Music industry insiders emphasized that Benson's early exposure on American Idol had given him visibility, but his decision to leave revealed an artist committed to long-term growth rather than instant recognition. Media coverage of Benson's departure ranged from speculation to analysis. Outlets highlighted the reasons he provided, wanting to focus on songwriting, authenticity, and creative control, while also contextualizing his decision within the pressures of reality television. Commentary often emphasized the rarity of such a move, especially for young artists on a fast track to fame. By framing his departure as a proactive choice rather than a failure, media narratives reinforced the idea that Benson's career was defined by talent, integrity, and vision, not by the temporary spotlight of a television show. Benson's music releases following his exit further fueled the conversation. His debut single, Ghost Town, received critical acclaim, demonstrating that the risk of leaving American Idol had paid off. Fans and critics alike highlighted the song's emotional resonance, lyrical depth, and his signature vocal style, emphasizing that Benson had successfully translated his television exposure into a legitimate music career. Subsequent releases, including tracks from his albums Fireworks and Rollerblades and American Heart, confirmed that he was not just a former contestant, but a rising star with a distinctive voice in the contemporary music scene. Perhaps most importantly, the reactions reflected a broader appreciation for authenticity in music. Benson Boone became a symbol of artistic integrity, showing that commercial success and personal fulfillment can coexist when an artist is willing to make bold choices. His journey inspired both aspiring musicians and fans alike, reinforcing the idea that true artistry is about more than fame. It's about honesty, dedication, and staying true to oneself. Ultimately, illustrates that Benson's decision to leave American Idol sparked more than curiosity. It ignited admiration, debate, and excitement for what lay ahead. Fans, industry professionals, and media outlets alike recognized that the young singer had taken a path less traveled, one that would allow him to build a career defined not by television, but by talent, vision, and authenticity. His story became not only a cautionary tale about the pressures of fame, but also a celebration of artistic courage, signaling that Benson Boone's journey was just beginning. Since stepping away from American Idol, Benson Boone has steadily built a career that reflects his artistic vision and personal values. Far from being defined by a reality TV label, he has established himself as a serious musician with both critical acclaim and a devoted fan base. Each step of his post-Idol journey has been deliberate, emphasizing authenticity, emotional connection, and creative control, qualities that have become hallmarks of his music and public persona. Benson's partnership with Night Street Records and Warner Records provided a professional platform that aligned with his goals. Through this collaboration, he was able to release his debut single, Ghost Town, which quickly gained international recognition. The song's success demonstrated that his talent could stand independently of television exposure. It resonated with audiences for its heartfelt lyrics and melodic sophistication, signaling the arrival of a new artist who could connect deeply with listeners on a personal and emotional level. Following Ghost Town, Benson released his debut album, Fireworks and Rollerblades, in 2024. The album showcased his versatility, blending contemporary pop sensibilities with deeply personal songwriting. Fans and critics alike praised the project for its emotional depth and cohesive narrative, noting that Benson had found a way to maintain commercial appeal without compromising artistic integrity. His ability to craft songs that are both relatable and emotionally powerful solidified his place in the modern music landscape. In 2025, Benson released his second album, American Heart, which reflected further growth as a musician. Incorporating Americana influences, the album revealed a maturity and sophistication in both songwriting and production. Standout tracks like Beautiful Things achieved global success, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and remaining on the adult contemporary chart for over a year. These achievements underscored that his decision to leave American Idol had been pivotal, allowing him to build a long-term career rooted in creative freedom rather than temporary television fame. Benson's trajectory is a testament to the power of self-determination. By prioritizing authenticity over immediate fame, he has cultivated a fan base that is loyal, engaged, and invested in his music. Social media platforms are filled with fans sharing stories of how his songs have impacted their lives, while fellow musicians and industry figures often cite him as an example of the new wave of artists who are redefining success in the modern music industry. His influence extends beyond his voice. He embodies a philosophy that emphasizes creative control, emotional honesty, and the courage to make unconventional choices. Looking forward, Benson Boone shows no signs of slowing down. He is reportedly working on new projects that will further expand his sound, exploring collaborations and experimenting with musical genres while staying true to his artistic identity. His growing influence in the music industry suggests that he will continue to shape the landscape for years to come, inspiring other young artists to follow their own paths rather than conform to pre-established norms. Ultimately, Benson Boone's story is about more than leaving a reality TV competition. It is a narrative of courage, vision, and determination. By walking away from American Idol, he chose a path that allowed him to grow on his own terms, creating music that resonates authentically with audiences worldwide. His current career, future projects, and lasting legacy reflect not only his exceptional talent, but also the power of staying true to oneself. For fans, industry professionals, and aspiring artists alike, Benson Boone serves as a reminder that success is not measured solely by fame or accolades, but by the ability to create, connect, and leave a meaningful mark on the world through one's art.